It is a Star Corner. This is how we finally know that Friday is here, because that's when we get to just really enjoy ourselves, having fun conversations with, creatives who specialize in expressing themselves in several ways. But today, that's what we're going to do. Just enjoy ourselves here on Star Corner. And joining us to shine this morning is a star, definitely. He calls himself MC Jerry J. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. You're welcome. Okay, so you are an MC.
Right.
You know, when they say MC, many things used to come to mind.
Exactly.
Do you mind telling us what your own MC entails?
Okay, well, first of all, in a Nigerian context, like you said, when you hear that someone is an MC, for example, the whole mindset, this person is a comedian, he does the stand-up comedy thing. But the truth is, as an MC, you must not be a stand-up comedian. So basically, you're the master of the ceremony, so you're the one organizing the show, ensuring that the guests of the celebrant, basically, are well entertained and the program runs smoothly. And this can be done professionally, of course.
So you compare?
Yeah, more like it. But that doesn't mean that we do small joke, no, based on what levels.
I don't say it gets some level of where you don't be manager.
You get the point.
Well, all I'm saying that not be one road they need to market.
We do everywhere,
It's economy.
At all, we really hype in Jonah too normally.
You're from Warri, right?
Exactly, yeah.
You people cannot hold yourselves.
We know they do now.
It's just everywhere. All right, so MCing like I said, when you say MC, a lot of things come to mind, and behind all that is hyping, like you said.
Yeah.
Some rappers like to call themselves MCs as well,
Right.
but it's good that we narrow it down to what you do.
Yeah.
Basically, handling events and making sure that they run smoothly. All these things go hand in hand, especially in the type of industry that you function in. But for the MCs, in a very bustling industry like we have, what is it like for an average MC in the Nigerian industry?
First of all, I would say for an average MC, really, first of all, it's not really easy, because you have a lot of A-list comedians, for example, who also do, event compare and all of those things. Yeah. So for a big brand to actually reach out to you, to have your anchor their event, basically they want to consider the A-list first before they look at the upcoming. So first of all, I would say for an average MC, it's not easy in the industry, but then come on, it is you. If you know what you're doing, after a particular job, you always get referral for other ones. So you must ensure that whatever gig you're getting, you nail it. So that is your idea.
So there's no second chance for a first impression.
At all. You must do it. That first time,
You hit it hard.
hit it hard.
How long have you been doing this?
I would say close to 15 years now.
What?
Yeah.
It's
surprising.
go
Don't
well,
be lying. Don't be lying. You don't only cook egg.
What? 15 long years.
Exactly.
And you've been consistent, putting in the energy.
Yes, I would say so. The journey started from when I was in my tertiary institution, like year 1 in school. You get it. How it started is amazing.
Did
really.
you even focus on school at all? Because you started in year 1 and you're doing this very thing that you're doing.
Yeah, the thing is, yes, of course, there was a focus. If I tell you the result when I say graduate, it will shock you like electric.
Tell us.
But no worry. But the bottom line is I was able to manage, the hustling and my education. So none of them suffered, really. So I kept it balanced, because the truth is that the hustle now would say they fund the education. So you don't go allow the whole thing.
Because of the background, your back cannot fall to the ground.
Do you get the point?
Sense.
Oh, you're going to be a musician, don't worry.
Okay, so let's get to the business end of things. For people like Josh and I who function in this industry, we do things like voiceovers, and so a lot of times we hear people tell us, "Is it not just to speak English?" Or if it's just to speak English, you're speaking by yourself now. And anyway, I have friends who function in this space too, and they say things like they just want you to just help them, just help us, and just see that the event goes well. And they don't understand the business end of it, and how that this person that is about to come and stand and speak English for you for close to 5 hours straight has bills to pay and a family to probably take care of.
Exactly.
How do you break, from the point of entry to, getting what you deserve off of what you do?
Okay, first of all, you know, in the entertainment industry generally, I think packaging is the first thing you need to look at. Your client reach out to you, and then you book an appointment for the first meeting, and you're going to the meeting, and you're looking like somebody who hasn't even started life, so to speak. You know, the pricing it differs. You get the point. When you present yourself as a professional that you are, you know, with of course evidence of things or jobs you've done, the gigs you've done previously, it speaks a lot. So when you call your pricing, they'll be the one to be like, we're going to pay you, but if you manage this amount. So it all starts with the packaging, how you package yourself and you carry yourself on the first meeting.
Do you have pen and paper?
Yeah, perhaps I would have some mental notes. You spoke about packaging, which is about looking the path, right? So when you're in front of a client, there's this look you want to, you know, make them feel.
Exactly.
You know, so when you share your rate card with them, they don't like, but you're not even looking at, you know. But then, let's even talk about how you deal with negotiation.
Okay.
Because sometimes it can be a very huge challenge. Do you do your negotiation yourself, or you have a team?
Okay, so you know, like it depends basically. Like
now you the wrong go meet clients yourself.
See, it depends basically. So guys, it depends.
All
you
right,
get the point. A senior colleague, you know, once said, like Bovi, one of his comedy shows, he was like before the COVID-19. My manager they help and they talk, but when COVID-19 hit, when Monica they had to come in, so he's the one. Please speak to me. Do you get the point? So it all depends basically. What the point I'm trying to make, it all depends. There's a client that reach out to you. You know, you could just be the one to just continue with the negotiation. Like some reach out to be like, okay, in order to make the package for raise, or your manager, be the one, or PA, be the one to follow up with the conversation.
Okay.
All with the aim of, you know, your bill. Right, where you won't drop.
You know why I asked you?
Yeah,
because not everyone has that negotiating power.
Exactly.
So you can go there and sell yourself cheap, just because you are the one dealing with the client.
I've been a negotiator. They say I'm supposed to study economics for school.
That's where it comes in.
Yeah.
But then again, let's talk about how you handle PR and promotions, because these are very critical areas when it comes to branding. So you cannot take away promotion, you cannot take away brand. So how do you take charge of your PR and of course your promotion, and how are you able to do that? Is it social media? What impact has it had on you when it comes to these two areas? Okay, so when it comes to the PRO, right, I really don't depend on one how will I put it now, one line of one channel. PR, one channel, that's the word. You know, social media is there, because we know social media is like a light. If you're there, you can get to any part of the world. You understand? But aside social media, how about your day-to-day life? Do you understand? For example, like I am right now, there are some some shirt I might likely want to get. I just brand it. Right there. The moment you see me, I turn back. The name is already there. So I'm speaking to you. I'm bringing up myself to you. I'm telling you this is who I am. Do you understand me? And now, what about, of course, PR also involves how you behave in public. Good. It matters a lot. Good. Do you understand? So when you are there in the public, you need to be very, very watchful of what you say and how you act. There are sometimes I go out for shopping, for example, and then I meet people like, sorry, I don't meet you before, like, and you be like, okay, maybe for event, and then you be like, okay. So there's a relation, because the truth is, every gig you do, right, people see you. So if, for example, you portray yourself to be a Bobby, for example, and then they see you outside, you're like, it doesn't correlate at all. So it goes with your brand in terms of what you wear. It goes with how you behave in public, and of course how you sell yourself on social media too.
So what does your PR speak to you about?
A confident man who is determined, who is professional, and knows his onion very well.
Speak. Okay. Let's get to the internal wranglings in the industry. I'm about to look for trouble. And let me just tell you probably might be speaking for the entire family, the entire lineage of MCs in Nigeria.
Yeah.
And I'm wishing there's a DJ here that can speak for them too, because now too they fight this fight.
I'm telling you, of course.
Yeah. So there's that I don't call it beef, because then it will be extreme.
Yeah.
But then there is that thing, that bickering. The DJs are saying, why MC no go fit carry on microphone, come as they come. Now me go bring my own microphone, you can't still go come, they tell me what I go do on top of my own mic. You know, this type of talk.
Exactly.
I'm sure you've experienced it. How do you react to that entire wrangling?
Okay, well, it's a normal experience that you would get. But first of all, I want to start by saying that if there's any beef between MC and DJ, sometimes I would say they both lack professionalism. Do you get it? Because first of all, for every event, right, there's only briefing that occurs, and then vendors meet together, so they get used to themselves. So that is an avenue for you to actually, you know, relate with all vendors, from the DJ down to the photographers, the videographers, name it, even the event planner, basically. So you understand yourself, and you're able to express what you want. Take, for example, when I go to an event for I always discuss with DJs, right? Maybe I have a particular game I want to play, and I have a special song that I want to use to play the game, for example. I will ensure I discuss with the DJ early and hand over the song. Okay. So that not when the event is on, you're not giving him a song, you even say, but I'm a human being now. Do you get the point? So talking about the mic of a thing, for example, so that one is if because at this level, I go with my mic, right? In a situation where sometimes I get compliments. Like a senior colleague might just call me, Jerry, please, I have 2 events, but I cannot attend the 2 right now. Please, can you cover up for me? I can't. Most times I'm not at home, or I'm already in the field or something. From there, I just
drive down.
Do you get the point? So the whole idea is always discuss with the DJs. You know, be professional. You don't say the para. Leave the para. Your aim is you want to nail that gig so that you can get more gigs. So that is just your idea. So if you bring and come, chest down, bros, you try, but no worry, more go work.
So you know, it's a thing in the industry, generally in the creative industry, to get to a height, and it's another thing to maintain that height. What do you speak to, you know, maintaining relevance in such an industry that you function in? There are big names that have been there over time.
Yeah. And
you can almost tell the amount of work that they put in. These men delve into movie, they do music today, tomorrow they're on stand-up, the next day is hyping. But for wherever you find them, they are nailing it.
Yeah.
You know, and there are names that we've heard and we don't hear about them anymore. So it's like a pendulum. Yeah. How are you able to maintain balance on top of this pendulum?
Yeah, first of all, I have this specific idea that usually works for me. I tell upcoming, you know, MCs and comedians are friends with me. You know, the thing is, even in a relationship, one thing is not about starting a relationship. When you start a relationship, can you sustain it? So it's something you must keep in mind. Anything when you want to start, you feel end down. You know, so for me as a person, I believe in always rebranding. Do you get the point? As the trend is changing, rebrand, flow with the trend. The way MCs are called event in those days is not the way they do it is now. Like 20 years ago, we consign games for event, for example. To tell you to come talk, do, go. But the moment comedy came in, right? You need to realize, okay, you can even spice up event with some little jokes and other things. As an MC, update. You get the point. So the reason why you see some fade off is because they don't update. They don't flow with the trend. So for you to be relevant in the industry, you must ensure that you flow with the trend. Always update yourself. They said, as an academician, right? You know, they learn finish. Now, every day they learn.
True.
So it's when you apply it in also the what we do as an MC, you know that you learn every day. Sometimes, if I don't even have a gig for a weekend, for example, I find my colleague events they go. So that I will watch how they do them. Do you get the concept? So that I will know if I am behind or I'm moving with the trend. If I'm not moving with the trend, I go home, I rehearse to meet up with the trend. So that is just the whole idea. Move with the trend so that you can stay relevant continually.
So how do you deal with some of the messy relationships sometimes that comes with your client? Because sometimes it does happen as MCs.
Yes, of course it does. It does. So, yeah, most times. For example, let me give you an example. I had a brief with a client that was about 5 years ago. You know, when we go to the setting, in part of our discussion, you realize that that they want certain things to be done during the reception, right? And now you realize that these things they are bringing in to be done in the reception, first of all, time will not be enough to cover everything. And secondly, being a professional in your field, you know it will not suit the event. It will rather make it boring. So as a professional that knows that these things will not work, you now look for a better way to present it to them. Because the truth is, whether you like it or not, they have what they want. They know what they want. So changing their old mindset, say, how can you say, but you have to look for a tactical way to explain to them professionally. You get the point now? Because if a quack is explaining something, even you say, like, what do you know? But when you're dealing with an MC who's experienced and he presented things to you professionally, you have no reason to, even no matter how adamant you are, for time you want to just, okay, let's see. But then you can always tell them, what I do is, okay, if the time is enough, we will do it.
So talking about time, because for professionals like you in that industry, and of course those who are also in the other creative industries, you're always too particular about time. Yeah. So if I'm performing for 1 hour, my 1 hour is my 1 hour. Even if you guys arrive late, I'll do my thing for that period of time that is left and leave. Does that apply to you?
Okay, so the whole idea is it applies, but it depends on the event and the agreement you had with the client. Do you get the point? Because sometimes reception most times run for 3 to 4 hours, depending. We have some events you go to like, to be longer.
But you know, sometimes they might arrive late if it's a wedding reception.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with that?
Yeah. So that's is a discussion. Sometimes I usually have discussion with the event planner if it's the event planner that refer me for the gig.
Okay.
Okay. So how are we going to do this? Because the truth is, whether you like it or not, in that time, there's a certain part of the program where you can also erase. Do you get the point? Because of the time cautiousness. Because the truth is, you are here to celebrate them. Yeah. But they have guests. And these guests come from different places. Some even flew in with different location and they want to go back. So you have to reason with them on this basis. That because of these things, let's try. Because I think it's a sign of professionalism. How will you manage the event? You come late, yes, but this is the time we said we're going to be rounding up. So ensure everything is done smoothly and you meet up with that time. It's even I've received recommendations back to back from my clients, and some of them don't go, won't tip me extra. Say, MC, thank you for helping us manage the situation, and stuff like that. So professionalism entails that you must try to stick to the time, unless they are the one that say, please just add some more, and stuff like that. So.
But how do you handle the clients that do not understand the importance of sticking to time? What I mean by that is, it's two ways. There are MCs, who say, you're paying me for so and so number of hours, and if I have arrived at the hall, my time starts ticking. So if you like, arrive 2 hours later, you still pay me my full bill. And you find people who would argue with that because we hadn't even done the thing that brought us here. And you're still expecting me to pay you this amount. That's client number 1 in this shell. Client number 2 in this shell is the clients that you now finish helping them to arrange these things and they're still asking you to do discounts. How do you still manage it?
Okay, so the whole idea is, compromise comes in this kind of setting. Sometimes you have to compromise because you want to satisfy the client, right? Because like I said, the whole idea is you're getting a gig, you're using that gig to get more gigs. So if you consider this scenario, for example, sometimes I might have up to 2 or 3 gigs in a day. For example, maybe a corporate event and a wedding event can come in, and then you have maybe like an after party or a dinner party. Do you get the point? So timing, of course, now comes in that scenario. But in that kind of place, I usually go with my PA, who also understand the how well I execute my jobs. Because the truth is, whether you like it or not, no matter how good you are, if you cannot impart on another person, you're not ready for life now. You get the point. So my PA understands how I do my thing. So in a situation where we cannot be able to, I cannot be able to compromise to extend the time, my PA will always flow in. But then I must have the discussion with my client. Because it's very, very important. Some MCs, they mess up this, I'm sorry to use that word. In this area, they don't even tell the client. Time 4, they don't reach, they don't move. They'll be looking for the MC, and the next thing you are seeing somebody holding mic for. So you must let the celebrant know, or the event planner who is in charge, say, please, we have another gig, which you already are aware. I cannot, but my PA can do the job very well. That was how I started my MC. I was a PA to somebody, and I come in with mic, and I do the job well. They give me another job. So you get the point. So it's always like that. So That is just the business.
All right. Before we let you go, let's talk about the challenging end of things. I'm sure that, you know, there are a lot of up-and-coming MCs who are watching us right now who've learned a thing or two. But there are things that if you had the opportunity or the powers to change it, to make your work easier or better, or, you know, come in a larger quantities, what are those things that you would change? Or what comes up to you as one of the biggest challenges you have to deal with in the job that you do?
Okay. First of all, is the understanding of what MC's job entails. You get it? Because like I said, like we said earlier, or you mentioned earlier, in this part of our world, they believe MCs are comedians. So which means say you must funny die. According to the stalker, you get the point. But then you must not. Someone like Ebuka isn't a comedian who does BBN. You get the point. He's not a comedian. He's an event company. He's a host. Do you get the point?
Yeah.
So you must not be a comedian. First of all, I will be able to like change that idea. Say, MC is not be comedian, no. But if you not get the one that has that big or that comic, that knows how to, you know, carry audience along with jokes and all of those things, then it's a big one for you. It's an added advantage. You get the point. That's mindset, something I want to change. And also the economy. This period now is really hard when you still see a client. when you tell them how much you want to charge for it, they're like, money too big and stuff like that, because the economy is tough, and also it's the economy can be more stable.
Somebody has told us that they're about to use their powers to bring down the dollar.
It's actually dropping small, let's hope so. But
they deployed Dabush Kabash.
The meeting is for sometimes we get this and then our client pays in dollars. Do you get the point? In that scenario, you got to make dollar go up.
Really?
Of course.
At the expense of others who are collecting naira.
That is the whole idea. It's not about selfish now. No. I said something. You get clients that pays you in dollar. In that scenario, you will pray that dollar should go up.
Dollar go home in peace. Why are you
I don't love money now. I don't like
All right, thank you so much, MC Jerry J, for coming on the show today. You're on social media for people who would like to reach out to you.
Yes, of course I am. On Instagram at MC Jerry J, on Facebook MC Jerry J Obey You Know. So you can reach me. And then of course on YouTube, I'm also a YouTuber, so I have content. I also dish out on YouTube. It's basically on games you can play on your on the reception, all right, in both indoor outdoor events. Okay, so my TV channel is MC Jerry J TV. All right, on YouTube. I'm waiting for you guys.
All right, go ahead. His DMs are open, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay, DMs are open and very, very slippery. You can slide in there and strike business. You never know what comes out of it. And of course, follow him on all his social media handles at MC Jerry J across board. And then on YouTube, go ahead, stream, subscribe, share. You know, just be there. Be there. That's how we support our own. Thank you so much once again, MC, for coming. We appreciate your time.
Thank you so much.
Star Corner, iBrand, they break. More stars will be joining us after this time out. Stay with us.